Hey everyone, Happy New Year! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Kara, the blogger behind kindlyunspoken.com. It's been a hot minute since I have shared content on here, and I'll be the first to admit that I have not been very consistent over the last few years at posting on here regularly. My blog is always my number one, but doing YouTube videos is something I've always wanted to dive into, and I just kept coming up with every excuse under the sun as to why I couldn't or shouldn't. And you know, my goal for this year is to start creating video content and to just really kick the self-doubt to the curb, to just stop letting it get in the way. And I heard a quote the other day and I love it, and it's really like my 2021 mantra. It says, stop judging your gifts and start sharing them. And I think that's so powerful and just such a good thing to keep in the back of your mind always. You know, just stop being your own worst critic and just do it. Just go for it. Follow your dreams, do whatever it is that you want to do, and just go for it. I've also created a recipe channel, so if you love my recipes and want to follow along, definitely check that out. I will link that in the description box below. And I'm very excited about starting that journey, as well as creating beauty videos regularly on here. For today's video, I am excited to be doing kind of a get ready with me, and I'm also going to be sharing my top 15 drugstore makeup favorites of 2020. So these are the products that I absolutely loved and probably used the most in my makeup collection. That's not to say that I don't have more favorites that I love, but for today's video, I really wanted to focus in on the drugstore makeup favorites because I know that's what you guys seem to really love and enjoy on my blog. The first product that I want to talk about today is the NYX Honey Dew Me Up Primer. This is my absolute favorite primer, and I use it every time I apply my makeup. And even when I'm not wearing like a full face of makeup, I still apply this because it gives your skin such a nice glow, and it's almost like a primer and moisturizer in one. If you have dry skin, I wholeheartedly recommend it. It has like this little paddle, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some of that to my face. And I just apply it all over the face and on my forehead. And it just has such a nice feel to it and adds this beautiful glowy look to the skin. The next product that I want to talk about is the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Foundation. This has been my go-to foundation this year, and I love it because it has sunscreen in it. It's great for normal to dry skin, and it just has like almost a perfect match to my skin tone, which I love. I actually really like the Fit Me Matte and Poreless one, and I like alternate between the two, but I tend to gravitate towards the dewy finish a little bit more. So if you have dry skin, I encourage you to check this one out. It is just a great foundation at the drugstore. Moving on to under eye concealers, I want to talk about two favorites, and the first one really, it is an under eye concealer, but I consider it to be more of a color corrector and brightener, and that is the Essence High Beauty Under Eye Brightening Concealer. I started using these late summer, early fall, and I have just fell in love with them. They do a great job of just like brightening up the under eye and you know, helping conceal like darkness or any discoloration that you might have. I'm gonna show you the difference that it makes. It comes in two shades, so there is a peach beige and a rose beige. Today I think I'm gonna use the rose beige, and I'm just gonna apply this under the eye so that you can see what it looks like. and a little product goes a long way. You don't have to use a ton. So I'm just gonna apply it right here under the eye. And then I'm actually just gonna use my fingers to blend it out. Look at the difference that makes and just like brightening everything up. When it comes to my favorite concealer of the year, it definitely has to go to e.l.f. Their Hydrating Camo Concealer is just amazing. It's so much better than a lot of the high-end concealers. I basically had to break up with Tarte Shape Tape this year because it's just too thick, too heavy. It just creases my under eyes, draws attention to things I don't want it to draw attention to. So if you have that issue, I definitely recommend picking up this e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Moving on to my favorite setting powder of the year, I gotta give that one to Physicians Formula. Their Natural Defense Setting the Tone Finishing Powder is just my absolute favorite. It has sunscreen in it. It smells great. You know how Physicians Formula, all their products smell amazing. This one smells great. I use this to set my under eyes, and also I sometimes use it just all over the face if I want my makeup to last really long, and it doesn't give you that super powdery cake face look that a lot of powders do. And it has this silky finish to it that's just great on the skin. So definitely check this one out if you haven't already. Another Physicians Formula favorite of mine this year is their Organic Wear Dewy Blush Elixirs. I have never really been a huge fan of cream blushes until now. They totally changed my mind on cream blush, and I honestly reach for these all the time whenever I want like just a dewy looking makeup day. And both of these shades are just gorgeous. This is the shade Pink Berry, and then this one is Gorgeous Peach, which I think is the one I'm going to apply today. So I'm just going to pump out a little tiny amount of product on my brush, and then I am just going to apply that right here on the tops of my cheekbone, and I'm going to blend that upward. You see how that just like brightens up the skin and gives you this beautiful complexion. I just love it. I cannot say enough good things about this blush. Just so pretty and natural looking. Gives you this beautiful glow. Even if you don't wear a ton of makeup, it's just gonna really brighten up your face. Moving on to my favorite highlighter of the year, that one is going to go to Wet n Wild. Their Hello Halo blush lighters are absolutely gorgeous. This shade is I Met Someone, and it's just so beautiful. You can see it's like a champagne highlight, and then it's like a pinky peach shade over here. Just beautiful. I'm going to apply that just right along the tops of my cheeks, just to add a little touch of shimmer. And it's just so pretty. And I love that you can really build this up or just apply a little bit if you're going for more of a natural look. Here we go. For my favorite eyeshadow palette, that hands down is gonna go to a BH Cosmetics, their Hangin' in Hawaii palette. This has been my ride or die eyeshadow palette for a couple years now, and honestly, I don't think that's gonna change anytime soon. The shades are just so pretty. I love the warm tones, the beautiful champagne shimmers. For today's eye makeup look, I'm just gonna keep it simple because I wanna keep this look a little bit more natural looking, but I'm gonna go in with this shade Shaka and apply that to the crease. So I'm just going to use windshield wiper motions and just apply that all over the crease, back and forth, and just blend it out. Now I'm gonna go in with the shade Coconut, which is this dark, warm toned brown. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of that in the outer section of my crease and just kind of blend that downward. The next product that's one of my favorites at the drugstore, which I think a lot of people don't know about, is Pixi by Petra Fairy Lights. These are liquid glitter eyeshadows and they are so pretty. This is what it looks like. And I'm just gonna show you how I apply these. Sometimes I will use a brush, but I think to get the best control is just to really add a dab of this to your finger. And then I'm just going to go in and apply it on the eyelid. To finish up this eyeshadow look, I'm now gonna go in with my favorite mascara of the year, and that is the Essence Lash Princess mascaras. These are so good. I'm sure you've heard a ton of people talk about these, but honestly, like, I feel like I've been using these before they even became popular on TikTok and Instagram. They have just always been one of my go-to mascaras at the drugstore, and I find myself going back and forth between the Sculpted Volume and then the False Lash Effect mascara. I love them both. For today, I think I'm going to use the Sculpted Volume because I love that extra little lift that it gives your lashes. So as you can see, there's just a dramatic difference in what it looks like my bare lashes compared to this one with just one coat. The difference is night and day. Moving on to my favorite brow pencil of the year, that's gonna go to e.l.f. Their Ultra Precise Brow Pencil is my favorite. I definitely would compare this to the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil, and it's literally a fraction of the price. You can get a ton of these for the same price, and it does such a great job. The last four products in today's video are lip products because I honestly couldn't narrow it down to just one. I'm lipstick obsessed. You guys know this about me. But the first product is actually more like a lip conditioner. It's the Burt's Bees Lip Butter. This is the flavor Lavender and Honey, which is one of my favorites. I apply these nightly to my lips, and then in the winter months, I will apply them throughout the day if my lips are really dry and cracked, and these just do a great job of really conditioning the lips, and they smell really nice too. They come in a lot of scents, so definitely check those out if you haven't. Another lip favorite this year is the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Tinted Lip Treatments. These are so pretty. They come in 5 different shades. As you can see here, I actually did a full review of these on the blog if you want to go check out the different shades, and they just add such a pretty color to the lips. This is what they look like, and I will apply this so you can see, and they're very moisturizing on the lips, kind of like a tinted chapstick. For my favorite lipstick of the year, the clear winner had to go to Wet n Wild for their Mega Last lip colors. This entire collection is just so beautiful, so many gorgeous shades. I did a full review with all the swatches on the blog, so definitely go check that out. You honestly cannot go wrong with any of these. There's a matte finish and then a kind of a high shine glossy finish, which is my personal favorite. I think I'm gonna apply the shade Pinky Ring and show that to you all. Last but not least is my favorite liquid lipstick of the year, and that goes to Essence for their Stay Matte 8-Hour Liquid Lipsticks. I love these. They come in a range of beautiful shades, and the finish is just really nice on the lips. It's not super drying, and it really does last all day. I found myself reaching for these quite often this year, especially with wearing a mask. I didn't want, you know, my lipstick to get all over my mask, and these did a great job at staying put and not budging. The shade that I'm going to be applying today to finish up this makeup look is the shade Date Proof. It's just a really pretty like mauve-y berry color. Completes today's makeup look and today's video with all of my favorite drugstore makeup products of 2020. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to shop any of the products mentioned in today's video, definitely go check out the blog post, which I will link in the description box below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content. And I hope you all have an amazing 2021 ahead.